Hi, this is Dr. Ken Richter with your Curbside Consult today. Have you ever walked into your kitchen only to forget why you went there in the first place? Have you had trouble recalling the name of an actor or actress in a TV show or movie that you were watching? I know there are times when I go to spell a word and it just doesn't look right. Well, it's unlikely that you're developing dementia because forgetfulness is a normal part of aging. So when do we become concerned when our forgetfulness becomes more of a dementia? First, let's look at how memory changes with age. As our body ages, so does our brain. As you get older, your brain shrinks, including the part of the brain known as the frontal cortex. This frontal cortex is involved in higher cognitive activities like thinking, decision-making, and memory. Once the frontal cortex undergoes brain changes with age, it may require additional help to sustain its cognitive abilities. So, the damaged brain reaches out to other parts of our neural network to complete a thought. But when you start recruiting other pathways for thought, then there can be confusion and a delay in recall. Makes sense, right? It's important to realize that dementia is not a normal part of aging. What was called senility is not a normal part of aging and should be treated as a problem and a disease. Here are some early signs of dementia that are important to recognize. Memory loss that disrupts normal activities of daily living. Trouble problem solving. Difficulty with familiar tasks that you've done all the time. Confusion with dates, times, and places. Trouble with spoken or written words. Misplacing items. Poor judgment or decision making. Isolation or withdrawal from people. Changes in mood or personality. Examples would be someone who loves to cook, starts to have difficulty following a recipe, or forgets to turn off the oven. Or someone who leaves the house and then cannot find their way back home that they've done for years and years. Forgetting to put on routine clothing like socks or a shirt would be an abnormal form of memory loss. The most common form of dementia is Alzheimer's disease, and we're all familiar with that diagnosis and term. 85% of all dementias are of the Alzheimer's type, but there are others that need to be considered in the evaluation. Vascular dementia is one that can develop after a stroke when there's been physical damage to the brain because of decreased circulation or a stroke. Parkinson's dementia is a condition where deposits of abnormal proteins build up around nerves and kill the nerves. Lewy body dementia is a progressive decline in function. These patients will experience visual hallucinations and sleep disturbances. You can also have a mixed dementia as well as from different sources of cognitive decline. So when are memory issues a cause for concern? Let's be real. Everyone misplaces keys or walks in a room and forgets why they were in the room to begin with. But when that behavior becomes more frequent or severe, it could indicate something more than normal forgetfulness. Most people will self-recognize problems with cognition, but will have a difficulty recognizing personality changes. Family members tend to ignore the facts because they don't want to think that this could be dementia. So there's a general 2 to 3 year delay before a diagnosis is made. Most commonly, the diagnosis month is January because the kids come back for holidays and notice changes in one or both parents. Early detection and early intervention and treatment is vital for success. It's important to realize that there are other correctable conditions that can worsen dementia or can mimic dementia, so-called reversible dementia, like sleep apnea, infections, tumors, hypothyroidism, or medication side effects. There are also chronic medical conditions that can increase your risk of dementia or worsen the current state of your cognition. Hypertension, hearing impairment, lower education level, obesity, depression, smoking, physical inactivity, air pollution, excessive alcohol, and traumatic brain injury. These are conditions that can be modified and will reduce the level and risk of dementia. The bottom line is this: we will all experience forgetfulness, which is a normal aging consequence. But if there is any concern that the memory loss is more severe, then early detection and treatment is necessary. Contact your doctor and bring it to their attention so that you can maximize chances for recovery. Thanks for listening. This is Dr. Ken Richter with your Curbside Consult.